Welcome. Welcome to Navel Consciousness, Abundance Triad Field. Welcome to awareness. Welcome to true inner freedom. The topic today is, can you trust your gut? Can you trust your gut feeling? How did this topic come about? A few days ago, during this month's personal sessions, I was speaking to a person who was facing an important life situation where she got an opportunity, and this opportunity was hard work, was expansion, was stepping up, getting promoted, but lucrative, quite lucrative. At the same time, hard work. When she was given this option, her gut said no. And her mind then began to analyze, what is she saying no to? And realized that it was actually quite a promotion, quite a lucrative thing to have, so why no? She slept a bit fitfully that night and was very glad that early morning we had a session. So when she explained it to me, she came up at the end of the explanation, at the end of the sharing, she asked me, can I trust my gut? I said, first we did a little bit of process about what she really felt about the opportunity. But after that, I asked her a simple question. Who in you is asking, can I trust my gut? Who's this person? If your gut feeling comes from your stomach's intelligence, comes from your intuition, then who is this second or third person that's asking, can I trust my gut? Most people respond to it by saying, my head is saying so. My logic, my rationale is saying so. It's asking me if I can take this risk. I believe most of us in the modern lifestyle and the modern spiritual movement have made a villain out of the head, out of the cerebral brain, the head, or what we call the mind. Obviously, we wouldn't have functioned in this world if we didn't have our mind, if we didn't have the cerebral brain. So making a villain out of our head is not the point here. Let's backtrace it a bit. Who is it that's asking this question? It's not your rational or logical mind, as you would like to believe, that's asking the question, can I trust my gut? It is the being born out of the deprivation triad that is asking this question. What is the deprivation triad? Remember, a damaged navel activates the deprivation triad. The deprivation triad is made out of three primary negative energies: separation, fear, lack. And from there are different branches of worry, stress, low self-esteem, poverty, everything and whatnot. So that being that is born out of the deprivation triad is the fearful being, is the separation anxiety. That being has separation anxiety, that being has sense of lack, that being has fear. And that being is the being that is asking, can I trust my gut? That is the same being who asks, can I trust my heart? That's the same being who makes the mind calculate if one has to fall in love or get married to this person or take up that job or not. Your mind, your heart, or your gut's wisdom does not do these calculations. These energies, these entities are way beyond any need for computation or calculation. Now, who's this being? What can we call this being that is born out of the deprivation triad? This being is called the causal self. That's what this being can be called, the causal self. The causal self has its own field called the causal consciousness. And in this field, all the experiences of separation, fear, lack, all the feelings, sensations, experiences, thoughts are locked up in this causal consciousness. And you are operating as the causal self in the causal consciousness. So you may not have tapped into your intuitive wisdom, your heart's wisdom, or your mind's wisdom at all. At all. From my observation, most people come, live, have a fantastically materially realized life, sometimes elaborate spiritual theories and practices, but actually they have not at all touched their true potency, their true intelligence. They have had no access to their real whole being. So the person, the causal self, asks the question, can I trust my gut? Can I trust the heart's wisdom? Can I trust this decision, this feeling, this sensation? And most of the times you remain trapped in the questions of this causal self, because no matter what you know through your gut, no matter how you converse with the universe and you come to know in your gut what you really have to know, what you really have to do, no matter what your heart resonates with, no matter what your mind calculates, this suffering self, the causal self, is always going to look at all of this from its own filter. And it's going to taint everything from its own filter. And as it taints everything from its own filter, your experiences, your life, your choices and your decisions are going to always be tainted by this causal self, this deprivation triad. So what is the solution? The solution is to learn to deactivate the deprivation triad. Learn to deassociate with it. Learn to be able to create such a distance, a healthy perspective to expand your quantum being, to expand your abundance triad to a point where the deprivation triad is there in your field, but it is not acting upon you. It's not driving you. It's not leading you. It is not making you live your life according to it. I was explaining this to a student yesterday, and I said, it's like you live in your home and you know that there is an insect there, say a cockroach. You know that there is a possibility that a cockroach may come up from one of the pipes, and it may be there inside the depths of a cupboard, in the kitchen or wherever. Don't let that freak you out. But you know this. But at one point, you know that it's a tiny thing that you can snub off anytime if you like, and it doesn't interfere with your life. It doesn't interfere with your life choices, life decisions, your happinesses or your sadnesses. It is an entity somewhere in your field. That is the aim of life. That is the aim of spiritual evolution. That is the aim of learning so many modalities, or being with your mentor, or doing meditation, or even praying through your religion, or following your religion and rituals, or anything that you are following, being mindful, being aware. The entire idea, the entire core and the crux and the essence of it is that your deprivation triad self, the causal self, that is so entangled with separation, fear and lack, becomes a small entity in your field that does not drive you. What drives you is the abundance triad. What drives you is your quantum being, and your quantum being is in tune with the universal intelligence. So a whole life emerges when your quantum being is driving you and when you are acting from the abundance triad. The abundance triad is made up of 3 primary energies: ecstasy, abundance, health. I hope this topic has helped you. Here's a reminder: Navel Consciousness Level 1, Mumbai, Pune, Goa. Mumbai 25th November, Lower Parel. Delhi 2nd of December, Goa 6th of January. And some other cities will be coming in December and January and February as well. The Navel Consciousness Level 1 workshop tour has begun 2018-2019. If you are interested in learning how to activate the abundance triad, how to know what the abundance triad is, to get an awareness of it, a feeling of it, to get a taste of this field, and to learn to activate it there every day in your life, for every decision, for every healing, for every person, including yourself, then this workshop is for you. Thank you very much for tuning in, for listening, and for receiving. Thank you very much again for sending me such beautiful messages, sharing with me, and telling me some of your stories, and sharing with me the epiphanies and the transformation that is happening through these videos with your life. I'm so grateful, thankful for being a channel for all this. And thank you for your love. Remember, that which is ecstatic is abundant. That which is abundant is always healthy. Sending you a big wave of ecstasy, abundance, health. See you next week.